fine. I just wanted to know if you've gotten my email, because I was trying to get that definition for green completions, whether or not you guys define the separator as the sand separator or a sand, water, and gas separator. Kind of like what the EPA was describing in that Dallas Morning News article, where they showed the graphics of a separator that is a dual type separator.
Yeah, I haven't seen that article. Let me see what I can pull up real quick. Do you mind just giving me kind of the overall of it, and I can probably give you the answer.
Well, the email detailed that there's the vapor recoveries that the EPA wants, and that they have to wait, almost 3 years for them to be built. The graphics that they showed was a dual separator. It first separated the sand, and then the second separator separated the water from the gas.
Yes, that's two separators. There's a sand separator, and then there's your water-gas separator.
Right, and so what is Chesapeake using?
Well, there's on a flowback operation, or
on a flowback operation.
Yeah, on a flowback operation, you're going to have a sand separator because you have sediment that comes out during the flowback operation, and then your water-gas separator, and those are hooked up in conjunction with each other.
Now, does the water and the gas go straight to the open flowback tanks?
The water goes back to an open flowback tank in the beginning of a flowback operation. Once levels of gas are detected coming up the line, they switch it over to the separators.
When you mean switch it over to the separators, where it separates the water and the gas?
The water, the gas, and the sand.
Now, I'm confused. In the beginning stages of flowback, are we just separating sand? Yes or no?
No. No, you're just flowing back. You're just flowing back water into a frac tank.
But it's water under pressure, water containing hydrocarbons.
It's water that's coming out of the ground.
And it's got VOCs and hydrocarbons.
Jim, if I answer you either way on that one, that's a loaded question for me. You know that. So.
Well, tonight when I talk about what the EPA has proposed and what we have to wait 3 years for, I want to understand that if the city and Chesapeake both say they're doing green completions, are they calling a green completion just the mere connection of a pipeline at the end of the flowback process?
A green completion cannot happen unless there is a pipeline. You cannot do a green completion unless there's a pipeline.
Okay, but what the EPA wants is the capture of water and gas during flowback when they're separating the sand in the very beginning of flowback. That's what I understand is being proposed. Is that the kind of units that the city wants and that Chesapeake is using?
Well, that's what we have right now. That's what's going on right now. You have at the very beginning, think of your borehole all the way at the end. When they begin doing the fracking stages and they push water down into into the frac hole, that is where your chemical mix and your sand and everything goes into. Then you have backwater pressure, which is just water that's on top of that to help push it down. All right, working with me on that one? When we have the flowback, that water comes out first, and that's flowed into the tanks, into the frac tanks.
Yeah, but that's like venting to the atmosphere because it's wafting this white cloud that's making people sick. So that's not a green completion. See, that's where we are not agreeing on the definition of a green completion.
Okay, a green completion is defined by the gas being separated from the water and from the sand that goes into the pipeline.
But at what point? At the beginning of flowback or at the end of flowback?
There's no beginning or end. At the very onset of flowback, water goes into your frac tank, and then once gas is detected, then it's shifted over to the separators. That's when a green completion starts.
What's the mix of water to gas?
That's a good question. You have to ask an industry rep on that one.
Well, see, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality said that this water that goes to these tanks is more than water. It's water under pressure. It's it's water that can't be closed or covered or contained because it will cause a geyser. It's those very hydrocarbons that are venting to the atmosphere that we're not calling green. So I just want to be able to speak tonight to the fact that we allow this water under pressure to vent to the atmosphere.
Okay, just do me a favor. Define to me water under pressure, because the way you're talking about it, it sounds like from the onset you have the gas and water mixed up together, and that's not correct. On the onset, you have the water that's on top of it, on top of the gas, and the reason it's under pressure is you have gas trying to escape, and that's it's having to push the water out of the way, and that's why at the very beginning you have the water flow back to your tanks, and then when you start getting your gas, that's when they switch it over to going to the sand separator, the water gas separator into the pipeline.
Okay, so you're saying during flowback it's top water, and then later, then it's sand, water, gas?
Yes.
Okay, see, that's the part that I was missing and I needed to understand.